I'm Liyana Hassanel, and this is Nightline, the top stories. Deadly border clashes end as Thailand and Cambodia agree to immediate ceasefire. And Army Chief placed on immediate leave pending probe, says Defense Ministry. Good morning. Malaysia has welcomed the ceasefire agreement reached between Cambodia and Thailand on Saturday. As ASEAN Chair, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim described the decision as reflecting a shared recognition that restraint is required, above all in the interest of civilians. In a social media post, Anwar highlighted that the joint statement by Thailand and Cambodia outlines practical and positive measures, including verification by the ASEAN Observer Team AOT and direct communication between defense authorities. He noted that these steps provide a foundation for lasting stability in the region and expressed hope that both sides will implement them faithfully. Anwar added that Malaysia will support all efforts to maintain security as the ASEAN Chairmanship is handed over to the Philippines on January 1st next year. The Prime Minister also expressed hope that these commitments will be honoured and that ASEAN's prestige and credibility as a region of peace will be preserved. Earlier in a joint statement, Thailand and Cambodia said they have agreed to an immediate ceasefire to end weeks of fierce fighting along their border, which has killed more than 100 people and displaced over 500,000 civilians in both countries. According to the agreement signed by the Thai and Cambodian defense ministers, the ceasefire took effect at noon local time on Saturday and applies to all types of weapons, as well as any attacks on civilians, civilian objects and infrastructure, and military targets on either side, in all cases and across all areas. Both sides agreed to halt all troop movements and facilitate the swift return of civilians to their homes in border areas. They also pledged to cooperate on demining and efforts to combat cybercrime, with Thailand set to return 18 captured Cambodian soldiers within 72 hours. Thai Defense Minister Natapon Nakpanit said the initial 3-day period would serve as an observation phase to verify that the ceasefire is being fully upheld. Now, Malaysia's diplomatic push has been credited with helping to secure an immediate ceasefire between Thailand and Cambodia, following weeks of deadly border clashes. Geostrategist Azmi Hassan said the ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting, convened by Malaysia last week, played a key role in opening direct discussions between both sides.
The result is, as we have seen today, an immediate ceasefire. They are a little bit different from the last ceasefire that was announced last July. This time around, ASEAN will be sending an observer team to the ground at the border to ensure that the status quo remain as agreed upon in the ceasefire agreement.
Azmi added that China is also expected to play a more active role, with Thailand's foreign ministers set to meet Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, raising optimism that the ceasefire could lead to a lasting solution. Army Chief General Tan Sri Muhammad Hafizuddin Jantan has been placed on leave with immediate effect. Defense Minister Datuk Sri Muhammad Khalid Nordin said the move was to allow the relevant authorities to conduct investigations into certain allegations reportedly involving Hafizuddin. In a statement on Saturday, Khalid said Hafizuddin will remain on leave until the investigations are concluded. He also said the administrative measure was taken to ensure the investigation process proceeds smoothly and without any conflict of interest. However, the statement did not provide details of the probe. Meanwhile, Khalid also announced that Navy Chief Admiral Tan Sri Zulhelmi Ithnain has been appointed Acting Armed Forces Chief effective immediately. The appointment follows the mandatory retirement of General Tan Sri Muhammad Nizam Jafar. The Defense Ministry also expressed its highest appreciation for the service, leadership and contributions of Muhammad Nizam during his tenure at the helm of the Malaysian Armed Forces. In another development, the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, has confirmed that it has launched an investigation into alleged unusual transactions in the bank account of a senior military officer. A team of MACC officers also visited the Defence Ministry last Tuesday to probe the matter. It is understood that preliminary investigations are focused on projects executed through open tender procurement, as well as acquisitions under the Army's Responsibility Centre, PTJ. MACC Chief Commissioner Tan Sri Azam Baki also confirmed that the investigation is being carried out under Section 17A of the MACC Act. In Negeri Sembilan, police have arrested a 62-year-old man linked to an explosion at an apartment in Nilai earlier this week. State Police Chief Dato' Alzafni Ahmad said the suspect was detained in a forested area in Batang Benar, Mantin at 4:15 p.m. on Saturday after authorities received a public tip-off. He added that the suspect from Kelantan was found injured and in a weakened condition before being taken to Tuanku Jaafar Hospital in Seremban for treatment. Police also seized several objects suspected to be improvised explosive devices, IEDs, along with a motorcycle at the same location of the arrest. On Monday, an explosion occurred at the parking area of Desa Palma apartment at around 7 a.m., startling residents and damaging several vehicles. Police later found 31 IEDs in the suspect's house, all of which were destroyed by authorities. They also believe the suspect, who has a record of criminal threats, acted alone and are now investigating his motive for preparing the explosives. Bersatu President Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin has emphasized that no instructions were issued to the party's assemblymen in Perlis to sign statutory declarations, SDs, to withdraw support for the Menteri Besar. Instead, the party only submitted the names of its candidates for the post only after being requested to do so by the Perlis Palace. In a statement on Saturday, Muhyiddin, who is also Perikatan Nasional chairman, said Bersatu would hear the explanations of the 5 assemblymen involved to ascertain the full situation. He also expressed confidence that the coalition's component parties have their own methods for managing any arising issues prudently to ensure the stability and continuity of PN's administration in Perlis. He added that PN respects the discretionary authority of the Raja of Perlis, Tuanku Said Sirajuddin Said Putra Jamalulail, and upholds the state constitution in the appointment of the Menteri Besar. On Friday, past President Tan Sri Abdul Hadi Awang stated that his party had submitted 2 names for the Menteri Besar position to the Raja of Perlis following the resignation of Muhammad Shukri Ramli on Thursday. He stressed that the nominations were made after taking into account PAS's position as a party that still holds a majority of state assembly seats, compared with its coalition partners in PN. The political crisis in Perlis erupted after 8 PN assemblymen, including 3 from PAS, were reported to have signed SDs withdrawing their support for Shukri. Following this, PAS Central leadership moved swiftly to terminate the memberships of the 3 party lawmakers, Chuping Assemblyman Saad Saman, Bintong Assemblyman Fakrul Anwar Ismail, and Guar Sanji Assemblyman Muhammad Rizwan Hashim. This prompted Perlis State Assembly Speaker Rusele Izan to declare the 3 seats vacant and apply for by-elections. Meanwhile, Perlis PN Chairman Datuk Sri Shahidan Qasim said the final decision on the appointment of the Perlis Menteri Besar rests solely with the prerogative of the Raja of Perlis. He also stressed that Perlis PN did not nominate anyone, as the matter has been left to the central leadership.
Tidak. PN Perlis tidak mencalonkan apa nama sebab kita serah pada kepimpinan pusat, dan Tuanku sebagai Raja berperlembagaan akan mengikuti perlembagaan, iaitu memilih seorang yang mendapat sokongan majoriti daripada ahli-ahli dewan.
2 killed in 3 vehicle crash. More news from the local front. Stay with us.
Belajar kini lebih semangat dengan TV Tuition. Lebih 5,000 video pembelajaran, lebih 100 hos hebat, terdiri daripada selebriti dan guru berpengalaman. Ulang kaji jadi lebih seronok dengan lebih 10,000 soalan latihan. serta ulasan guru yang membantu anda faham dengan cepat dan mudah. Apa tunggu lagi? Langgan sekarang dan stream di Tonton. TV Tuition, belajar ditonton, bijak sampai lulus.
Dulu dia molek tak sakit. Takat mak dia meninggal tu, jadi adalah penyakit. Mak dia sayang dia sayang ke mak dia. Masa mak dia meninggal, dia menangis macam tak sedar diri.
Saya jatuh sakit pun selepas mak saya meninggal, saya tak boleh nak terima. Mungkin ada sedikit kemurungan. Lepas mak saya meninggal, saya tak boleh terima. Saya jadi murung, jadi sakit. Jadi lama-lama mungkin saraf saya rosak dah, satu sebab dia.
Itu saya tulis sebenarnya bukan untuk saya tulis untuk beberapa artis di luar. Apakah alasanmu kini memilih kami tak menidakkan dan lagu ni pun tak mengiyakan. Apa yang penting adalah lagu ni kita ambil pada segi jangan hidup terlalu materialistik. Tekanan jadi peranan bila duga. Ahad ini jam 12.20 tengah hari di TV3 dan stream secara langsung di aplikasi Tonton.
Wanita penuh tempo, penuh cerita. Inilah Nona, inspirasi bertemu realiti. Setiap warna mempunyai keupayaan membangkitkan pelbagai mood dan emosi. Semoga istirahat anda memberi makna yang indah walau tempohnya hanya seketika. Dan terus setia sejam bersama kami kerana Nona, inspirasi wanita untuk semua. Nona di TV3 dan stream di Tonton.
Terus keping je.
Mesti shopping pun boleh. Siap ada diskaun lagi.
Melihat kembali kanvas penuh warna dan helaian fakta.
Menurut peristiwa, kisah dan detik yang membentuk arah negara dan dunia.
Imbasan 2025, retrospektif wajah masa depan.
Ahad 28 Disember, 5.32 petang. Hanya di TV3 dan stream HD di Tonton.
Welcome back. 2 people were killed and 5 others injured in a 3-car collision on the Senai Desaro Expressway near Pasir Gudang, Johor, early on Saturday morning. The incident occurred when a car entered the opposing lane, collided with another car, and was subsequently hit by an oncoming vehicle that failed to avoid the crash. Dashcam footage captured the moments shortly after the accident occurred. According to the State Fire and Rescue Department, an emergency call was received at 5:37 a.m. Following the report, 8 firefighters from the Pasir Gudang Fire and Rescue Station were dispatched to the scene. Upon arrival, the team found that 2 male victims, aged 19 and 21, were trapped in their respective vehicles. They were successfully extricated but were pronounced dead at the scene. A 14-year-old girl was reported unconscious, while 4 other adults sustained injuries. The bodies of the deceased were handed over to the police for further action, while the injured victims were taken to Sultan Ismail Hospital for treatment. The cause of the crash is being investigated under the Road Transport Act. In Kedah, the roof structure of a petrol station in Sungai Ular, Kulim, collapsed after being struck by a cargo trailer. Deputy District Police Chief Deputy Superintendent Tengku Muhammad Faizal Tengku Yang said the incident occurred at around 7:20 a.m. when the lorry driver entered the petrol station to refuel. The lorry, which is owned by a logistics company, was believed to have been travelling from Klang towards Kuala Ketil via Jalan Serdang. Muhammad Faizal said the 24-year-old driver was turning towards the diesel pump when the body of the trailer hit the station's roof, causing it to collapse. The incident also caused damage to 4 fuel pumps. Fortunately, no one was injured in the incident, while the trailer did not sustain any damage. The case is being investigated under the road traffic rules for failing to maintain control of a vehicle. Elsewhere, police have confirmed that there were no criminal elements in the fire that claimed the lives of a mother and her son at a People's Housing Project, PPR, in Sentul, Kuala Lumpur. District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Ahmad Sukarno Muhammad Zahari said investigations into the case have been completed. He also revealed that post-mortem examinations confirmed that both victims died as a result of the blaze. The incident occurred at flat Sentul Utama, Jalan Dato Senu, early Friday morning. It was reported that the bodies of the victims, an 82-year-old woman and her 58-year-old son, were found in the bathroom of their unit after being trapped by the fire. In Pulau Pinang, police have secured a 7-day remand extension for 3 Chinese nationals suspected of acting as chemists for an international drug syndicate. State Police Chief Dato Azizi Ismail said the remand, which expired on Saturday, was extended until January 3rd by the Georgetown Magistrates Court to allow police to continue investigations under the Dangerous Drugs Act. According to Azizi, no additional arrests have been made so far. However, police have intensified efforts to dismantle the syndicate operating in the state, and investigations to trace other members of the group are ongoing. Earlier this week, 3 foreign men aged between 32 and 38 linked to a major international drug syndicate were arrested during a police raid along Jalan Gurdwara in Georgetown. Following the arrest, police uncovered a large-scale shabu processing laboratory at a durian orchard in Teluk Bahang. During the operation, authorities seized approximately 1.2 tons of shabu, estimated to be worth nearly 38 million ringgit. Over in Kelantan, 10 individuals, including 5 women, were remanded for 4 days by the Kota Baru Magistrates Court over a brawl at the Melor Public Market last Thursday, an incident that went viral on social media. Magistrate Rais Imran Hamid issued the remand order against the suspects, aged between 20 and 50, to facilitate police investigations under the Penal Code for rioting. District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Muhammad Rosdi Daud said another 2 women were remanded for 4 days on Friday in connection with the case. Earlier, it was reported that police detained 5 men and 7 women believed to be involved in the incident. The arrests followed a report by a 19-year-old woman who alleged she was assaulted by another woman in her 20s. The incident is believed to have occurred at around 2:30 p.m. and involved family members from both parties. The cause of the altercation is still under investigation. An Italian couple trapped in Endarampin State Park in Pahang were successfully rescued by authorities. The tourists became stranded after access to the state park was flooded following heavy rain. 43-year-old Leonardo and his 42-year-old wife, Julia, who arrived on Thursday, were scheduled to leave the state park on Saturday morning. However, their tour agent was unable to reach them after an 800-meter stretch of the State Park Road was submerged under 2 meters of water at around 9:20 a.m. Rampin Police Chief Superintendent Sharif Shai Sharif Mondoy said authorities were alerted to the situation by the tour agent. A team of police officers and firefighters were dispatched to the state park at around 1 p.m. and evacuated the couple by boat approximately 20 minutes later. They were taken to the district police headquarters before being picked up by their tour agent. Sharif also said that another 15 tourists have chosen to remain at the state park, and police are closely monitoring the situation. 2 dead and 50 vehicle pileup. The details when Nightline returns.
Melihat kembali kanvas penuh warna dan helaian fakta.
Menurut peristiwa, kisah dan detik yang membentuk arah negara dan dunia.
Imbasan 2025, retrospektif wajah masa depan.
Ahad 28 Disember, 5.32 petang. Hanya di TV3 dan stream HD ditonton.
Dulu dia molek tak sakit. Takat mak dia meninggal tu, jadi adalah penyakit. Mak dia sayang dia saya ke mak dia. Masa mak dia meninggal, dia menangis macam tak sedar diri.
Saya jatuh sakit pun selepas mak saya meninggal, saya tak boleh nak terima. Mungkin ada sedikit kemurunan. Lepas mak saya meninggal, saya tak boleh terima. Saya jadi murung, jadi sakit. Jadi lama-lama mungkin saraf saya rosak dah. Satu saraf, satu sebab dia. Saya kena selepas mak saya meninggal 7 tahun lepas. Saya terus jatuh sakit. Ada sikit-sikit lama-lama dia makin melarat lah sakit ni. Ni kira paling teruk lah sampai saya tak boleh bangun. Sebelum ni saya boleh lagi lah tahan. Disebabkan sakit saya susah sikit nak bagi tumpuan pada anak. Sebab saya banyak kerja, jadi saya semua benda saya kena buat. Jadi untuk anak ni saya kadang-kadang tak dapat nak fokus pada dia.
Itu saya tulis sebenarnya bukan untuk saya tulis untuk beberapa artis di luar.
Apakah alasanmu kini memilih kami
tak menidakkan dan lagu ni pun tak mengiyakan. Apa yang penting adalah lagu ni kita ambil pada segi jangan hidup terlalu materialistik.
Tekanan jadi peranan bila duga.
Ahad ini jam 12.20 tengah hari di TV3 dan stream secara langsung di aplikasi Tonton.
Wanita penuh tempo, penuh cerita. Inilah Nona, inspirasi bertemu realiti. Setiap warna mempunyai keupayaan membangkitkan pelbagai mood dan emosi. Semoga istirahat anda memberi makna yang indah walau tempohnya hanya seketika. Dan terus setia sejam bersama kami kerana Nona, inspirasi wanita untuk semua. Nona di TV3 dan stream ditonton.
The foreign front now. A pileup involving at least 50 vehicles on a highway in central Japan has left 2 people dead and 26 injured. Local police reported on Saturday that a collision between 2 trucks triggered a chain reaction that set at least 10 vehicles on fire, a blaze that took more than 7 hours to extinguish. The crash occurred late on Friday on the Kanetsu Expressway in Minakami, Gunma Prefecture, about 160 kilometers northwest of Tokyo. A 77-year-old woman from Tokyo was killed, and another body was discovered in the driver's seat of a burnt-out truck. 5 people were seriously injured, and 21 suffered minor injuries. Authorities believe slippery roads may have contributed to the accident, as a heavy snow warning was in effect at the time. Thousands of flights in the United States have been cancelled or delayed as the Northeast braces for a severe winter storm during the peak holiday travel season. According to flight tracking website FlightAware, 1,600 flights across the U.S. had been cancelled and 7,400 had been delayed as of Friday night. Major New York City area airports, including John F. Kennedy International Airport, Newark Liberty International Airport, and LaGuardia Airport, are among the most affected. The delays and cancellations came as the U.S. National Weather Service warned of Winter Storm Devon causing hazardous travel conditions and heavy snow forecast across parts of the Midwest and Northeast. New York City was bracing for up to 250 millimeters of snow overnight on Friday, the most expected in 4 years. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres on Friday unequivocally condemned a deadly attack on a mosque in Syria's central city of Homs. His spokesperson stated that Guterres reiterated that attacks on civilians and places of worship are unacceptable, stressing that those responsible must be identified and held accountable. Guterres also noted that Syrian authorities have condemned the attack and reaffirmed their commitment to combating terrorism. His comments came after 8 people were killed and 18 others injured in an axe incident at the Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib Mosque on Al-Khadari Street in the Wadi al-Dabab neighborhood of Homs on Friday. French police on Friday arrested a man suspected of stabbing 3 women in the Paris metro as the capital's end-of-year festivities were in full swing. The 3 victims were attacked at different locations along Line 3 of the metro, which runs across central Paris. The attacks reportedly occurred at Republic and Arts et Métiers station, both near the Marais district and at the Opera station. Officials said that 2 of the women attacked were treated by emergency services and taken to the hospital, while a 3rd woman also sought treatment at the hospital. Transport police have opened an investigation into attempted homicide and assault with a weapon. Switching to sports futsal, the 2025 ASEAN Under-19 Championship. The national team's journey to the final ended in disappointment after losing to Thailand on penalties, following a thrilling 4-all semi-final draw on Saturday. Facing the hosts, Malaysia were under pressure early, conceding in the 4th minute. However, Fitri Hakim struck back almost immediately, equalizing just a minute later. Aidil Zakwan then put Malaysia in front in the 26th minute before Adam Rayyan doubled the advantage 2 minutes later. Spurred on by the home crowd, Thailand mounted a strong comeback, scoring 3 unanswered goals to take a 4-3 lead. Iqbal Hazim later netted Malaysia's 4th to level the score and forced the match into a penalty shootout. Thailand eventually edged Malaysia 4-3 on penalties to book their place in the final. Malaysia will now face Vietnam in the 3rd place playoff on Monday. Turning to badminton, the 2025 Bangladesh International Series. Rising national mixed doubles pair Datu Anif Isaac, Datu Asra and Clarissa Hassan clinched another title on Friday, marking their 2nd win in 2 weeks, following their victory at the Bangladesh International Challenge last week. The Shahid Tajuddin Ahmed Indoor Stadium bore witness to an all-Malaysian clash in the final, as Anif and Clarissa faced compatriots Wee Turn and Tan Jing Hui. With the prospect of a 2nd consecutive title at stake, the duo quickly shut out their challenges, cruising to a straight sets 21-13, 21-15 victory. 3 other national representatives, however, saw their title hopes dashed. In the women's singles, world number 150 Lim Ji Shin was upset by India's Tanvi Reddy Angluri, losing 19-21, 9-21. In the women's doubles, Ji Shin and her partner Gan Min Yi went down 13-21, 21-17, 17-21 to the Thai pair of Titi Warada Bukau and Sarisa Janpeng. Meanwhile, Muhammad Haris Sufyan Rushdan and Lim Ji Shin had to settle for runners-up finishes in the men's and women's singles events after losing to opponents from Kazakhstan and India, respectively. As Nightline comes to a close, we turn to Gaza, where worshippers have gathered at the Great Omari Mosque to hold their first prayers since the site was partially destroyed during the war with Israel, despite the extensive damage. With that, I'm Liyana Hassanel. Thank you for watching and take care, Malaysia.